cards.
Yeah, he's like my favorite now, just from his picture.
He's your favorite?
Yeah, from the picture in this matchup.
Who was it last week who played Crazy Decks? That was my favorite player. I forget again.
Yeah, and like if you ask such a question and then I don't have a clue also that...
What? There was one player who played Mage and also some other really crazy stuff.
I would say we just jump into the game here.
Damn
we
it,
got
nuts.
Handlock for Spo against Warlock from eELIah. We got...
we don't have both files. That's
Yeah.
why we say Warlock. We don't know yet, but we will see turn 1.
Absolutely. There could be a turn 1 or maybe no turn 1. We're going to see the whole match from Spo's point of view, and this time we actually get a file that's broken, so we cannot show, but that doesn't matter. We got Spo, and Spo has a Twilight Drake, Ancient Watcher, and a Sunfury Protector.
It's an okay starting. And we have Handlock versus Zul.
Double Young Priestess is like one of the most annoying starts, especially if you're the Handlock.
Give me Hellfire now.
Well, okay, he has his Ancient Watcher plus Iron Beak Owl, so from turn 3 on, he can start wrecking those minions. If his Ancient Watcher is not getting killed, but how does eELIah... He needs Soulfire Mortal Coil or something like this to actually kill the Ancient Watcher in one turn. And that was 4 hand cards. That could get really... Oh, he didn't decide to. Well, then he's going to take some damage and the board is going to get filled with stuff.
Spo has balls.
Well, the good thing if you don't play anything, you bait your enemy into thinking Hellfire. Or there is even the potential of a Hellfire. But with those 2 Young Priestesses, you could just buff yourself out of Hellfire range. It's
and
perfect.
especially like everything is out of Mortal Coil range right now.
And there's going to be... There's the Ancient Watcher.
That was like life tabbing last round was super ballsy.
There's 9 damage on the board for eELIah already. And Spo, well, he can Iron Beak and Taunt up next turn, for example. He can also go Twilight Drake.
If he doesn't lose his Watcher now.
Yeah,
It's also potential.
Yeah, if I had a Soulfire, I would just Soulfire and run in my minion. You kind of need to kill it, since if there is the Shadow Flame, you're screwed.
What is he gonna do now?
Well, drop a Harvest Golem.
No, I mean Spo.
You mean Spo?
No.
Twilight Drake, I would say. Those are like not much he can do. But that's a good thing. So to kill it, eELIah would have to invest a lot from his board. And if he fears Shadow Flame, so if next turn he could attack the 2/4 with his minion and then Shadow Flame, kill everything. Or even Iron Beak Owl Shadow Flame is not possible. And eELIah can only go harder and harder in his face, but he cannot drop more now, since if he drops 2 more minions and there is Shadow Flame, he just lost a lot and has no follow-up potential. And you always say, Molten Giant danger. So you want to deal those 6 damage, but if you do, then there's the Molten Giant.
Molten Giant, Sun Fury, Molten Giant, Defender of Argus. Molten Giant, Sun Fury would have been in this case.
It's just too... That's really risky.
It's unfortunate that eELIah messed up.
Yeah, you want to see what he has in his hand. So
Yep.
I guess there could be a Doomguard, there could be maybe a Soulfire or something like Leroy. That's why he's not playing it. Leroy would be too early, bring him down too far.
You could also trade with Leroy.
Well, he should really hope...
I think I would trade with... Like, if he had a Leroy, I would totally play Leroy now.
There's one Voidwalker, so that's a pretty nice thing. And a Shield Bearer. So if Spo is not getting a Shadow Flame, this is just looking super grim. Even the Shield Bearer going on 05. There's a Mountain Giant.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
completely useless right now.
There's just 7 damage on the board, and he's on 12. It looks like really rough. He can play a Twilight Drake, but he needs to taunt up his minion, actually. Like, kill the Voidwalker, taunt up his minion. Make it a 4/6.
Really? I would silence the Shield Bearer?
Yeah, you can silence and still taunt up both.
Or, no, I would silence the Harvest, of course, not the Shield Bearer. What am I saying? And just taunt.
Yeah. And now you really need a Soulfire to get through this. Well, the good thing, his Young Priestess is 2/3. His Harvest is still 2/3, so he can kill the 2/1 without losing a minion. And if he has a Mortal Coil, even more value. Well, Direwolf Alpha, that's pretty nice.
Shield Bearer value.
That minion die. Okay, that's cool. That minion dies, and the other minion dies too. But with the Direwolf Alpha, he can actually do the damage he needs to get into the face. But he has 2 hand cards. What could that be? Double Soulfire, maybe? Or 1 Soulfire at least?
Let's hope it's not Soulfire Doomguard.
And if it's Soulfire Doomguard, that's a really hard decision to take. I would... If it's Soulfire
Well,
Doomguard...
it's Doomguard, of course.
Just drain life now. Like, life tap, and not...
Ah, okay.
I was like considering if you have a Doomguard and Soulfire in your hand...
Do you think it's the... Sorry to interrupt you there. Do you think it's the correct play to play all your hand cards? I mean, of course, you want to be able to top deck the Doomguard and just play it, but he would have been able anyways. He gets more damage on the board. But if we see a Hellfire or Shadow Flame...
Well, we see a Shadow Flame at the moment.
We see a Shadow Flame, which is...
not so useful. He can Shadow Flame, but...
Well, no, can't.
Yeah, he could, but it would hurt him so much that Amani Berserker would enrage itself, and he would only kill the 2/2, one of the 1/4s. So there's no value at all.
8 damage on the board.
And he just needs to taunt up here, just go crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy? 4/6 minion plus. And yes, I would have just committed. You saw no Shadow Flame from him by now, so he might have not gotten it into his hand. And if he top decks it, that's unfortunate, but if not, then it's like looking perfect for you. And you got all the Chargers left in your deck. You haven't played the Soulfire by now. You have 2 Doomguards left. You have maybe a Leroy left. There are like 5 cards that can help you win the game.
What does he have on his hand?
What can he do? Nevertheless, what he has on his hand. So
what he could do? He could trade the 1 for a Shield Bearer. No, we can't. It's just like... Yeah, he can 1 for a Shield Bearer into the Sun Fury that is taunted, then enrage your Berserker on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then if he has a Shadow Soulfire...
Yeah, he needs a Soulfire.
He can use it on the Drake, trade with the High Priestess, and deal 3 damage to the face.
So he life taps first.
Or it's Power Overwhelming, and he just slaps the Twilight face.
Yeah, Power Overwhelming would be extremely useful. It's Dark Iron Dwarf, and that's good too. I mean, he deals the 3 damage, his minion dies, but he can deal 3 damage to the minion again with his Amani Berserker, even though that one dies too. But therefore, he just clears the complete board, except the 1, 2, 3 left. And now, there it begins to get annoying. There could be the Shadow Flame now.
Too bad.
Everything would die except the Dark Iron Dwarf. And that is hard. That's a 4/2 minion left on the board. You could just Argus up if you want to. Like Argus up, kill the Shield Bearer.
Argus up, kill the Shield Bearer.
Yeah, but if you Argus up and kill the Shield Bearer, the 2/1 minion will get a 3/1, and he can just trade with your 3/3 because he will lose 1 HP. And that's why, like, okay, yeah.
But you get another 2/3 on the board. Like
yeah,
what else are you gonna do?
Maybe attack Shield Bearer Shadow Flame. The 4/4 will survive, but it will survive anyways, and you just kill 5 damage on the board. That's like what I see at the moment. If you don't do it, there's 7 damage on the board. You would lose. Like, if you only taunt up your minion.
If he only taunts up the minion, he can trade and has 7 damage. That's correct. So that's not okay. He
just needs to Shadow Flame.
Yeah, there's no other way. Well, potentially, he could life tap for the 1 Power Overwhelming.
And then clear the whole board. I agree with you there if he would get it. But that's 1 out of, let's say, 18 cards left around.
Well, YOLO.
Nah, YOLO not in a tournament where you play against, where it's much money on the table.
Yeah, it's true.
You're playing it around $7,000 as a prize pool.
2 Soulfires, 2 Doomguards, potentially 2 Doomguards. There are different versions around.
You can even life tap, so there's so many cards that could help him win. So he gets another Dark Iron Dwarf, brings him down to 1. That's just super sad. You're down to 1. You're even without a Soulfire, you're not. Like, with a Soulfire, he wins, but I don't see Spo coming back from this in any way.
I hope he life taps himself or Soulfire himself to death.
So now,
if you have to die, just die with style.
Now he needed Leroy plus Shadow Flame that would work wonders again. So if he had one more turn, if he could wait one more turn last turn, that would have been just perfect.
He couldn't.
He couldn't. He has a Soulfire, so he can kill the right one. He could Leroy away the other one, but then there's still at least 1 damage on the board. And he Soulfires himself. That's GG for
Nice.
eELIAH. The Zoolog beats the Handlock there. And he really wants to start with an Argent Squire. Earthshock 2. So he can
Great.
kill early minions. That's quite good. You can kill Argent Squires, you can kill Young Priestesses. That's a good draw for Spo here. And the good thing is he has a coin, so he went second. That's such a big advantage against Zoo. If Zoo is able to throw 2 minions out turn 1 or turn 2 or turn 3, that just hurts so much.
Ouch.
Oh, Young Priest is if he gets a Rock Biter, for example, that would just be perfect. Wow. 2 times Argent Commander Yeti. That could be way better. He can coin out his Yeti, turn 3. That's where the value maybe begins. Turn 4, Argent
Let's see
Defender
what he
of
drops.
Argus for eELIAH. That would be just devastating.
Ouch.
4/4 mini, especially if he gets buffed from the Young Priestess now and goes up to 4/5. He could just attack the Yeti.
I think that way it's even better. Because, yeah, the Lightning Storm is less valuable.
Well, I guess you need to coin out your Yeti now. They're like, yeah. Coin out your Yeti and next turn go for Earthshock, the the Flame Imp, and then Lightning Storm. It feels like, and if the Lightning Storm goes perfect, everything is dead.
Depends whether or not Elia has a Elven Archer or okay.
Well, that Totemic Call, in my opinion, was the least optimum play.
Well, he wants to coin out the Lightning Storm next round, and he knows how he's going to trade.
Yeah.
The question is whether Elia just throws stuff at him now, just like fills his board or not. For example, if he has a Iron Dwarf now, Spo is screwed, like really, really screwed. But if he trades with the Flame Imp and the Shattered Sun Cleric, actually it works out perfectly for him. So it all depends whether we see Dark Iron Dwarf or not, in my opinion.
It could be Defender of Argus too, just buffing up like Flame Imp plus it's a Priestess, and then he trades. Or buff up the 3/3 actually, the Shattered Sun and the Priestess. You could trade the 2/3 and the 2 other 2/3.
Yes, the only problem with the Defender of Argus is that minion might die to a lucky or unlucky. It depends on whose side you are. And yeah, Dark Iron Dwarf, this is looking incredibly bad for Spo.
This is just looking really, really bad. He's down to 19, and even with a Lightning Storm, he won't kill.
No.
Well, he will kill 1 minion, and the rest will survive, and there's 8 damage on the board.
The question is... this is just really bad.
Maybe just Earthshock, the right minion, and next turn you can coin out an Argent Commander to kill one of the minions.
That was the play I was considering.
Yeah, you get 1 weaker and kill the... Well, you kill one, and next turn you can coin out Defender of Argus to kill the 4/4.
Yeah.
I guess that's the biggest value you will get. And it's still 7 damage. Plus his Doomguard now, with 4 hand cards. Yeah, it could be 12 damage and we'll be down to 4 and lose to every Soulfire. It's like, it's looking really good for eELIAH. And so we both had 1 card correct. You had the Dark Iron Dwarf, I took the Defender of Argus, and that's just 9 damage plus a Void Walker. That's too late. That's just too late. I still say even the Yeti wouldn't have been any use since the Dark Iron Dwarf would have killed the Yeti with the Shattered Sun Cleric together.
Only way that he stays in the game is 25% totem, spell damage, Lightning Storm.
And hope it kills everything except the Dark Iron Dwarf.
Well, even if the totem is wrong, he has to use his Lightning Storm to be somehow maybe able to stay in the game, even though I have no idea how he should manage to do that.
Yeah, there's so many cards. So Soulfire GG, Argent Commander GG.
2 Soulfires, Argent Commander, another Dark Iron Dwarf, Doomguard, maybe Argent Commander.
Well, the Taunt Totem is actually of a great use. especially if the lightning storm kills everything except the dark iron. So that actually is a really good totem now. If
Depends.
Spo,
Depends on the defender.
well, that was just unlucky. That's
That was the worst lightning storm that could have happened.
absolutely the bow's 3 HP.
Even the mortal call would be lethal now.
Well, the dark iron dwarf didn't even eat
No
3
one.
damage.
It was all 2 damage.
That's really annoying. So he drops down to 1 HP. Oh, Dagger Wolf Alpha. No, that was rather easy for eELIAH here. The 2-0 Zulok against Spo. So in total, 2-1